Hello there. Oh, yes, I see you. Now tell me, are you looking for the next big thing? Do you wish that you could reach out and effect real communication? And do you have flexible standards when the supernatural is involved? Well, look no further, my friends. Here at Vikander-Kneed Technical Media, we like to pride ourselves on being at the bleeding edge of media and communications technology. Our goal here has always been the betterment of the person and the society through unbiased and aesthetically pleasing measures of communication. If there's a better world out there, it's up to all of us to achieve it together. Efficient and entertaining media is the most important step on the road to utopia, after all. Won't you join us in this better tomorrow? For those of you asking what the hell that was, you're in the right place. Hello, and welcome back to Internet's Unknown Mysteries. And today I'm going to be joined by a very special guest, my cat. Oh, you good cat. Okay, so today we are going to be checking out, well, an area very near and dear to my heart. In Internet Analog Horror and the SCP Foundation. Now, doesn't that sound fun? That's my remote. No. Alright. Yes, I love you too. Anyways, so. Alright. Bye-bye. So, sorry for the interruption. As I was saying, if there is one thing internet horror enthusiasts love, it's analog horror and the SCP Foundation. So why not combine the two? Enter Vikander-Kneed Technical Media, a group of interest within the SCP Foundation that is, frankly, really extremely new. Classified as GOI 5889. Whatever this is, well, we don't really know much about them. There is no discernible, there's no discernible leadership. We have no idea who Vikander or Kneed are. And, yeah, all we really know about them is what they produce. How do they produce it? Who knows? So, I'm going to take you through 3 introductory articles. First up, SCP-5889, Amnestic. Well, let's start out. This is a Keter class object. Keter, who cares? It is a memetic cognitohazard that takes the form of broadcasts originating, well, on a radio station called VKTM 66.3. VKTM being Vikander-Kneed Technical Media. Individuals who hear instances of 5889 are immediately affected in 2 ways by the memetic nature of the anomaly. For those who don't know, memetic is kind of like an informational virus, where the effects spread from one person to the next. And a cognitohazard is something that takes effect the moment you perceive it. So, affected individuals report irrational terror and distress, and after an instant ceases, affected individuals are unable to remember the content of the broadcast, but retain memories of the emotional distress suffered while during it. So, not only is this thing a memetic cognitohazard, this thing is also anti-memetic, which means, it censors information about itself. So, they've only really occurred within the continental United States. And frequently, the instance, well, it only occurs in the presence of solitary individuals. Well, and based on the excerpts, we can tell that these are somewhat targeted. Of course, the source of these anomalous broadcasts have not been discovered yet, and no origination of the radio waves has been identified. So, what does this mean? So, VKTM, the media guys, well, they have their own, well, radio station, which, again, causes emotional distress. Radio emotional distress. Is this just War of the Worlds? No, it's not, but just there's some commentary going on here. I know it's there, but I can't for the life of me tell you what it is. Okay. Next one. SCP-5904, Inhuman Resources. Oh, by the way, all three of these articles that I am going to be referencing are written by Grigory Karpin, with SCP-5889 also being co-written by Decedron. I probably butchered that. I am so sorry. But anyways, Inhuman Resources, also Keter class, so, well, we don't, well, apparently it's just a tape, a collection of VSH tapes, entitled Human Resources Orientation. So, just employee training tapes. Sorry about that. Something got loose, that shit. Anyways, currently there are 3 instances of this tape known to the Foundation. Well, when an instance is played for at least one individual, they will begin to develop increased suggestibility and amenable to following any instruction that would not endanger their lives. So basically, it removes free will. Human resources orientation removing free will. Huh. And the effect is cumulative. The more content an individual watches, the more open to suggestion they will become. Additionally, those who watch this series of tapes report insomnia, apathy, lack of appetite, and an increase in anxiety. The suggestibility and other psychological effects fade with time, but recollections of the content of a 5904 instance are highly resistant to amnesticization. Basically just drugs that make you forget stuff. So we have a resource, just a tape that increases your suggestibility, as well as like insomnia and all that other nasty fun stuff. As Human Resources too. Right, the host of the series is never completely shown on camera, but appears to be male. At most, the bottom 50% of the presenter's face will be visible on camera at any given time. His eyes are never shown. It identifies as Charlie Fierro, Senior Vice President of VKTM's Human Resources Division. And apparently there's just a whole warehouse full of these. So, again, this probably means something, but yeah, no. And for the final article, SCP-5897. History is written by the VKTM. So, this is also a number of tapes Keter class, of course, because there's just so many of them that they're probably circulating around. But anyways, they're a boxed DVD series entitled Famous Engagements Throughout History, produced and distributed by VKTM. Well, the anomaly is that, well, it's about historical military engagements that never happened. Like, just for example, they're completely just for example, the 1951 invasion of Greenland by Soviet forces. Pretty sure that never happened. The defeat of the Deva, ancient civilization as part of the SCP universe, on the Mongolian steppes in 267 BCE. I'm also pretty sure that never happened. The second burning of Carthage by Rome, 137 BCE. Pretty sure that's nothing. The Sarkic uprising in Tianjin, 1900. Nope. And finally, the Battle of St. Louis, 1972. Yeah. There's also the Battle of Clifton in 1862. And, yeah, those are all the ones that we know of. Let's see. In addition to that, the blah, 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 blah. They will lose all recollection of the information depicted wherein when not actively watching the DVDs. And while watching it, they're able to recall memories of being, taught about this in primary school. Or elementary school, or wherever. Same difference. So, we have a radio station that causes anxiety, a tape that increases your suggestibility, and a DVD set about historical conflicts that never happened. So with all that in mind, what is Vikander-Kneed technical media? Probably nothing.